Hi, hello. My name is Kola Tubosun. I'm here today with my colleagues on the YorùbáVoice team, Aremu Adeola, Roro Rife, Tolu Oguremi, and David Adelani. We want to thank you again for the grants you gave us, which has kept us busy for the last couple of months. And we want to spend this next couple of minutes explaining to you what we've been doing so far with the grants you've given us and the work we have been doing. Our work, like you know, in the application was to collect 50 hours of audio, of Yoruba audio, so that we can make it available for work in text-to-speech and speech recognition. We have begun the work at the moment, and I'm just going to run through just a general overview of the work as we planned it and as we are so far. So the plan we had at the beginning was to have about 80 volunteers to give 30 minutes of audio each. And this includes like hundreds of lines, about 250 lines each for each volunteer. And this will equal to about 40 hours in total of audio. And then get 2 volunteers who will individually give us 5 hours of audio as well, which will equal to 10 hours of usable audio. And then finally use 5 extra hours through Mozilla Common Voice online to give us just an extra 5,000 as an addendum to the work. And so far, over the last couple of months, we have got 51 volunteers out of the 80 we planned. And we have about 29 volunteers to go, and we'll complete that 40 hours of audio. We also got the 2 volunteers we plan to have to give us 5 hours each. That is complete already. We have that 10 hours available. And then we have just completed the translation and all the work needed to set up the online Mozilla Common Voice platform so that the people can use it to give us the 5 extra hours of audio. So to get all the work to where we are, we went through a lot of processes, including getting the lines that the volunteers will record, including setting up an app that people would use to do the recording elicitation. And so the team of 5 that we have delegated the work into different spaces so that each person can have a way to contribute to the goal that we have set to do on this team. So in this recording, we will have short presentations from Iroro about the process of setting up the app that we use to record the elicited audio. We would hear from David about the lines and how we got the volunteers. And Aremo will tell us about the process of recording each of the audios, because he and I work together. And Tolu will tell us a little more about what we plan to do as soon as the audios are in, and we can begin the analysis and the creation of the tools. So that ends my own introduction. I will hand over now to David Adelani, who will tell us more about his own side of this project. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kola, for the introduction and the summary. Now I'm going to talk about the text we use for recording the audios for this project. So the texts were obtained from online news sources with permissible license. We make use of 2 major sources. One is YorùbáVoice. It's a multilingual website that has articles from different languages, including Yoruba, I think Swahili, and Igbo from Africa. And so it's a very nice source, and the texts are of high quality. They also include their critics. And we also make use of another website called the Voice of Nigeria. It's a government website and also has a permissible license because it's by the Nigerian government. So we make use of this news website for recording, but for the Voice of Nigeria, there are some issues because the texts were not properly diacriticized. So we make use of the text from a previous work known as Menu 20K. So it's already published at African NLP and MT Summit. So from this work, we collected about 20,000 parallel sentences, and this has been manually verified by native speakers of Yoruba language. So we make use of this as seed sentence. So an example of a seed sentence is here. So I just try to have a translation. I hope the translation is good. Professor Osibajo stated that Buhari administration considered tackling security a very serious task. And we have a translation in Yoruba, and this can now be divided into two. And what we did is that we gave native speakers of Yoruba to come up with similar sentences or to kind of expand the sentence and kind of form multiple sentences from a single seed sentence. So from this single sentence, we could now have two additional sentences. One stating that Professor Yemi Osibajo is the vice president of Buhari. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Yemi Osibajo jẹ́ igbákejì ààrẹ. And the second one is talking about that they are interested in taking the insecurity situation very seriously. So, and like that, we make use of a few seed sentences to generate much more bigger number of sentences. So that's the way we went about creating the text we use for recording. So now I'm going to hand over to Aremu, who is going to describe how we recorded the sentences. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, in addition to what David Adleani said, in trying to verify the sentences that were being supplied, the other thing that we did was to reduce, the size of the sentences, and also we tried to add words that are not so common in the Yoruba language, especially words that add the me and the ni nasalized, the syllabified nasalized sound in the Yoruba language. While trying to do the recording, what we did was that we put out a Google form where we had volunteers registered. What we did was we published the link of the Google form on several platforms. The volunteers registered. After we got their information, we created 3 slots for each day. So every day we had 3 volunteers coming for recording. In the process of recording, we got a recording booth where each volunteer goes into with files of 250 lines of sentences to be recorded using the tool that the team created. Thank you.
In order to record speech utterances most efficiently, without having to manually segment very long audio files, we hunted for professional speech recording tools. Upon finding no suitable option, we developed our own speech recorder based on a very simple open source tool that we found on GitHub. We'll look at it now. So this is a very simple app, and we made some important modifications and improvements. These include fixing audio playback, improving the fidelity of the audio format, including the sampling rate up to 48K, adding speaker labels, loading prompt files directly with a file dialog open, as well as many upgrades to the stability and usability of the app. Let's have a quick demo. So we'll launch the app. Okay, so this is the app. As you can see, it looks different from the basic one. And so we have a prompt file that we can now load. It comes preloaded with a default prompt file, but we can load any of these prompt files that contain all the text that each voice talent will be recording. So as we select each one of these files, we can press start, and that will kick off the recording process and colorize the utterance, the sentence, in green after the recording has completed. So by playing start and stop, we can record each of the sentences in order, and we can play, preview, and delete files to do recording again. We can also add speaker names, like in this case we've added Damini as a speaker name. And that speaker name will now be saved with the utterance file and in the app's metadata registry. Currently, the app is optimized to run on Apple M1 laptops, but is a cross-platform tool that only requires a Python environment. We are currently using it to record our 25,000 sentences. Before the app was ready to use, speech talents were ready to record. And so we commenced the recording in summer 2022 using Audacity. This, of course, generated very, very long audio files, necessitating manual post-editing. This we performed in Wavelab Pro. In the following example, you can hear an original recording being segmented into utterances, following the original script. In this example, we can see how long the audio file is here, 40 minutes.
Wọ́n dá owó iyebíye orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n jí padà. Gbogbo owó tí wọ́n kó sá lọ sí ilẹ̀ òkèèrè ni wọ́n dá padà.
Okay, so let's select the utterance, duplicate. This will create a new file.
Gbogbo owó tí wọ́n kó sá lọ sí ilẹ̀ òkèèrè ni wọ́n dá padà. Gbogbo owó tí wọ́n kó sá lọ sí ilẹ̀ òkèèrè ni wọ́n dá padà.
And we can now save this file with this save dialog. Let's try another one.
Ó ti fi orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà.
Select it. We can duplicate the selection into a new file and then save that file.
Ìpàdé ọ̀hún máa ń wáyé ní ọjọ́ Àìkú lọ́dọọdún. Olùdámọ̀ràn fún ìjọba lórí ètò ààbò sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àjálù inú àwùjọ.
Hello everyone, this is Tolulope. I'm going to talk about next steps, which will be model training once we've got all the data in. Since we're collecting speech data, we're going to build speech models. We'll have a suite of automatic speech recognition models. Since this is highly likely to be the most speech data available in this language, we thought it would be a good idea to start with some older techniques to provide good baselines to compare to newer neural techniques. And so we plan to train a hybrid HMM-DNN model, probably a CALDI model with the data, also an end-to-end deep speech model, as well as fine-tuning and doing continued pre-training on very large semi-supervised transformer models. In this case, the Wave2Vec 2.0 set of models. For speech synthesis, we plan to train or fine-tune, depending on resources, an end-to-end model.
Thank you, Tolu. A few more things I didn't mention earlier. One of them was that we were lucky to get a number of students, volunteers to help, come do the recording, but also people from society. And we have moved the booth right now to the University of Lagos, the linguistics department, where many students have come to volunteer to record, and we give them a token from the grants we got from Imminent. So thank you very much. We hope this has given you an insight into how much we've done so far and how much is left to go. By our estimation, We should be done with the recordings before the end of November, and the analysis and everything else we need to do will be done from then on until the first quarter of next year. So, so thank you very much. If you have any more questions, we'll attach an email to this video that you can reach us in. By the way, also Tolu, who spoke earlier, helped us create a website at YorùbáVoice.com, I believe. We have hoped to be able to use that website to put the details of our progress, and maybe we'll include this video as well, and every other updates that come from the team as we go along. So once again, thank you very much and have a nice day.